Hey everybody, it's Rory from ANSgear, and we're upstairs looking at some barrels. We've got some brand new release from Core right here called the Whisper Barrel. So these are barrel tips, and you can buy them individually or you can buy them as a set of three. And they come in a 683, a 685, or a 689 bore size for a tip. Now, it's becoming more common now to find tips that are sized, but it wasn't so common before. Having a tip that is sizable when it comes to an actual bore can help your accuracy, but it can also hinder your accuracy. We'll get into that as we move along through the presentation here. Now you can see I've got three sets out in front of me, and that is because there's three different ways or versions of the tip itself. So there is a version of the tip, like the one I have in front of me, which is designed to work with the original freak back, with the original freak size insert. So the shorter insert. This tip right here is designed to go onto this back, just as you see right here, like that. And it accommodates the smaller insert right there. So this is going to run just up through there like that. And if we push that in, you can see that I cannot push it any further right there because it is hitting the back or the end of the tip right there. So if you already have a freak barrel system and you're looking for a barrel that's going to change the sound signature, and the testing that I've done, it definitely changes it to a softer sound, you could add this tip onto your pre-existing freakback and use it. Now the tip itself, like we talked about, has a couple different bore sizes, and they're the same for each set right here. 683, 685, 689. In the testing that I've done outside, I was shooting the barrel with a 682 bore in it. So I was shooting it with this gold insert. This is a 682 bore right there. And I had a 682 bore paint that was right on for a 682. It was HK Tournament level 5 paint. So good quality paint. And then I ran the 683 tip. So 682 to a 683 tip. So that's a pretty close bore size match right there. And I shot it and it shot okay. And then I stepped up to a slightly wider tip, the 685, and the accuracy was noticeably different. Much, much better. So on a system like this, I would recommend that you don't bore match close. Give it a couple thousandths in between and it will drastically improve from my observation and my testing that I did outside. When I went up to even the 689 from the 685, it was still even a slight bit better from there. So you want to give yourself at least a couple thousandths of an inch between the bore that you're shooting through and the tip that you're shooting through. Don't try to match them up exactly. Now, because this is a sized tip, it is possible to go the wrong way. So let's say for some reason that you were shooting paint through a 689 or 687, like this red one right here. The paint really matched the 687 insert, and then you went and threw a 683 or a 685 tip on there. So your bore, starting bore, is wide at 687, and then as it goes forward, it gets narrower. You're going to run into all sorts of breakage problems right there. That ball is going to come through a wider section and then have to get narrowed down. It won't do it. It'll clip it and it'll break. So make sure that your back bore is always smaller than your front bore. You have to have it that way. So make sure you don't catch yourself like that. That being said, with the performance difference, both the sound of it being different and the accuracy of it being different, what are the other couple sets that I have up here? Well, we talked about this one, which is designed to fit the old style back with the old style insert. This one over here is designed to use, again, the old style back. So if you already have the old style back, but you really wanted to move up to the longer insert, there isn't another tip that Freak makes that can do that for you. You either have to have the XL tip for the XL back and the standard tip for the standard back. You can't flip between the two. Well, with this, you can right here. So this is a standard back. You can see it just says Freak along the top here. It does not say Freak XL. Now I'm going to take an XL XL back and push it in to this standard back. And you can see that it sticks way out the front right here. And if we tried to put the same thing on there, it just doesn't go on. This is the standard tip for the standard bag. But if I take one of these over here, this is the tip designed to accommodate the XL back. Goes right on to the old style back right there. So you can now use your standard back, put an XL insert into it, and then get this tip, and it will work. All right, so there's this one. And then if you already have the XL barrel back with the XL inserts, then you can get the XL tip right here. Now these two are different. These tips that accommodate the XL inserts, the threading on them is different right here. So this particular thread only threads in to an XL back, and this thread only threads into a standard back. They are different. You cannot switch between the two and just be like, whoa, why'd you make three that does the same thing? It doesn't. Well, it does the same thing, but it's threaded differently from factory. So you have to have that style. So that's the three versions that you can get. You can get the standard version, which works with the standard Freak back, the standard Freak back for XL, and then the XL back for XL tip. So that's what you're looking at right here. Now the kits that you can buy don't come with the backs. You can get one barrel tip and you can choose the bore size for $49, or you can get all three tips, just the tips, all three for, I believe, $129. So that saves you $20 right there, because if each one is $50, that's $150 for all three, or $129 for the set. So it's definitely a deal to buy them as a set. But that's what we're looking at right here. Whisper barrels. We should probably throw one on a scale so you can see the weight of it right there. They don't weigh a lot. So here we go. This is the standard version. So 0.3 or 3 ounces. Sorry, not 0.3 ounces. 3 ounces. Really 2 3/4. 2 7/8. 3 1/8 right there. So this one's going to be a little bit heavier because there's more material on this one. They have to bore out more of the material to accommodate the longer insert going in here. So you lose material on this one. So it's going to be a little bit lighter. 2 3/4. So yeah, I would expect these two to be very similar in weight, and then this one to be a little bit heavier, which is exactly what we got there. It goes right there. So there you have it. The new Whisper core barrels right here. 683, 685, 689. Buy them individually, buy them as a set. And make sure you're just buying it for the correct Freak back that you already have. Or if you don't have one, make sure you're buying the Freak back correctly for the tips that you're getting. All right, so that's it right there. Brand new barrels. I've shot them outside. They definitely work. Give them a whirl. Pick yours up today at ANSgear.com.